Hi boys and girls, welcome back to the Art Garage. We're going to get started today on trying out our guitars. And I'm going to show you, I already began. I started with drawing the guitars in an abstract way, looking for the lines. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just use that marker as paint technique and maybe paint as well. So I'm going to show you as I'm doing it. I've already done the outlining. You can see I drew my guitars, I overlapped them. I did it in Sharpie, and then I took my markers and I used that cone tip, the side, to actually outline some of the shapes I found. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the water to spread out the marker and see how that looks. And if I don't like how that looks, I'm going to go ahead and add paint. Okay? So I'm going to just see if I can get you a little bit lower and a little bit closer. All right, here we go. So I have this really cool pen I bought, and what it is it's a pen slash paintbrush. Inside you're going to see that there's the water, and the water is already in that reserve. This one happens to have a flat tip, and when you squeeze it, water comes out. So I'm going to use that to actually spread the marker here. So I'm going to give it a little squeeze, and I'm going to use that technique we used in the cactus, and you used again this week in the other project, which I can't remember off the top of my head which it is. But you're going to see how you get that effect, and it kind of gives you that gradient or ombre effect that people like to make. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to fill in. I might even leave a little white. Maybe I'll go back a later and touch it up. And I'm going to give it a little squeeze again, spread. Now I didn't clean my brush between because it's not a lot of color. Although now you'll notice, because I outlined the purple and the brown, that the colors are blending together, which I kind of like. That's the effect I'd like to see. Give it a little squeeze as I go along. If you're just using a regular brush or a Q-tip, if you don't have a brush, that's okay too. Just get in there. I'm not even going to wash my brush between things. I'm going to see how it comes out. So I wonder if you watch my slideshow on the guitars, you're going to see Iz singing his song Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Miss Shepley had told me about that, and it inspired me to think about a little guitar lesson. And so in that clip, you're going to notice different ways people use guitars in their artwork, including Pablo Picasso. And there was 2 tutorials, or maybe 1 tutorial attached, where they're talking about how to use the guitar as part of the artwork. So far those are my results. I'm kind of liking it the way it looks with the marker. So I'm going to continue with that. And then I can always go back. So what I'm hoping to do is just pick the areas, add a little color, give a little squeeze. I really like this brush a lot. Works nicely with the watercolors. It probably would work pretty well with the temper cakes as well. I'm going to try it. Give a little squeeze, brush along there. Let's see. Oh yeah, works nice. So let's finish up my orange section. Sometimes it requires a little bit of muscle to get the water out there while you're painting. But once it's out, it usually picks up the colors so nicely. I'm going to move on to the yellow. And yeah, didn't need to wash my brush at all, but you can keep an eye on that. I'm sticking in the same color families of the warmish colors right now, so I definitely don't need to wash my brush between them because I like the effect. What day is today? Wednesday? Do you feel like the days are kind of fading into each other? I do. But I kind of love the weather where it's a little cool and sunny. So I know some people who haven't visited us before are making their way over to the art page now. Since teachers are getting busy with some other stuff, I know they kind of guided you over to here. So if you have a project that you are wondering where you need to pick up, just go in and check under your grade level and figure out if there's anything there in particular that's catching your attention. I know a lot of people are asking about, is it optional? Does this count toward our grade? I think we should all be pretty flexible. I know I am. And I think you shouldn't not do the project if you can. But if you have the materials and the time, I should see you trying them at least. It's kind of usually built on a skill level that I'd like to see you master. So I know somebody said something about, I'm kind of bored. What should I do? I'm wondering what to draw. Go check out the art projects because I didn't see you complete any of those. So make sure you do it. And again, I want to remind everybody, if you put it in Artsonia, it's easier for me to include in the art show. When you put it on the Google Classroom, it's I have a really hard time getting it over to Artsonia for you. So if you could make a point of going and doing that with your own artwork, getting it into Artsonia when you complete it, because it's really easier for me to see it and put it in the art show that we're going to have at the end of the year. So, and it's easier for you because it's on your device already if you put it on Google Classroom. For me, I have to download it, and it's a lot of steps. So there you go. That's the part of my finished piece, and I'm probably going to think about how I want to maybe either leave some of those areas white, and potentially I'm thinking about maybe even going in and Zentangling or doodling in those spaces. So I'll show you my finished piece when I'm done rather than you sitting here watching me. You know how we like to doodle or Zentangle in there. So you make that choice for yourself, okay? All right, everybody, take care. Bye-bye.